Let us practice I am blissful eternal awareness. To whom the thought, you realize that the thoughts cannot arise without the ego. Your sense of separation, अलगाव, ये होगा तभी विचार उठेंगे. Otherwise, who is thinking? I has to be there. And that immature I is attached with the body-mind complex. The sky in the picture believes that it is the picture. This is called ajnana, ignorance, or wrong knowledge, wrong understanding of the reality. The sky is identifying itself with clay, with the form, a picture. जो घटाकाश है वो अपने को घट मान रहा है. In reality, the sky inside the picture, the sky outside the picture, the infinite, universal, unborn, that never dies, are one. घटाकाश और महाकाश एक हैं. तुलसीदास जी says, सन्मुख होए जीव मोहे जबहि, जन्म कोटि अघ नासे ही तबहि. सन्मुख होए जीव मोहे जबहि, जन्म कोटि अघ नासे ही तब ही. The moment you understand your true self and let go of the ego and merge yourself in unswerving devotion, the moment you surrender yourself completely to me, after having detached from your conditionings, your I-ness, your mindness, all the wrongdoings that you have done in your earlier births, perhaps millions of births, Janm Koti Shabd, the word he is using, all that gets destroyed in an instant. The moment you embrace the Atma Jnana, the knowledge of the self, your identification with the self, how do the wrongdoings get annihilated? Because the doership and the enjoyership is not there anymore. You realize that even your earlier doership, enjoyership was an illusion. Who did what? Things were happening. Guna Guneshu Vartant. The qualities of nature were playing amongst themselves. Who did what? And who will do what? I am not the doer. मैं करता नहीं. I am not the enjoyer. मैं भोगता नहीं. But after having reached here, we have to continuously practice staying here. Staying in this state of freedom. Nothing else is more important. When you truly align yourself with the knowledge of the self and with devotion, then you are not interested in talking too much or enjoying things of the world. Naturally, you start withdrawing. There is not much effort involved then. That famous couplet in the second chapter. What is considered night by ordinary mortals is considered a day by a sincere practitioner, a man or a woman of knowledge, of wisdom. What is considered day by others, the wise person considers it a night. What does it mean? That all the importance that they have in their hearts for the sense objects, for money, for status, for cars, for houses, for dresses, in this man's mind, this importance itself is not there because he knows that it's just a dream of the mind. The importance, concept of importance is also a dream. क्या महत्व है? वही महत्व होगा जो सत्य होगा। जो सत्य नहीं है वो महत्व कैसे रखेगा? If something is not real, if something is an illusion and you have understood this fact, then why would you run after it? Only a fool would run after it. Shankaracharya, the great master, says that for this knowledge to become stable, detachment is the environment. Detachment is the catalyst. Detachment from your own obsessions, from your own fixations, from your own X factors. Detachment. Then this knowledge will fructify. तब जाके ये ज्ञान फल देगा, आनंद देगा, शांति देगा. If in your background of the mind you still have many desires left, many expectations left. Two of you have asked this question. Although we understand, although we also have experienced blissful awareness for a short duration, yet the fear is not going, the insecurity is not going, the heart palpitates, it still palpitates. Why does that happen? Because you have understood it, and a bit of experience is also there, but it is not totally, completely integrated. The roots of noise you are still attached with. I wish, I hope, I desire might not be there, but I wish, I hope my parents would understand me. I wish my wife could understand me. My child could understand me. My girlfriend could understand me. My husband, if he could, I don't want it, but it would have been better if he could, if he did, if she did. What does it mean? You are still clutching. You still want to be in control despite the fact that you cannot. Despite the understanding that you should let go. You should open your fists and give everybody space. Consciously, on purpose, you will not hurt anybody, but because of their expectations, if they are getting hurt, there also you are very calm. Mela, think about it. Naveen, think about it. What is it that you are still holding on to? That you are not able to let go? हाथ अभी भी क्या पकड़ के बैठा है? क्या छूट नहीं रहा है? द्रौपदी की जब तक उसने अपने वस्त्र पकड़े रखे, कृष्ण नहीं आए. जब पूरी तरह सरेंडर कर दिया, हाथ ऊपर कर दिए, वो आ गए, बचा लिया. What is it that you are still fixated about? I wish, I hope. What is it that is still there in the form of I wish, I hope? The insecurity, the fear cannot come without your obsessions, without your fixations, without your X factors, without your conditionings. unless you are very, very tamasic. And I know that both of you are not. None of us here is. Then that becomes a medical case. That is called phobia. For no reason you are scared. Somebody said, I feel as if I am getting sucked into a black hole and I am dying. Now, no black hole exists, but your mind imagines that there is a black hole. And you will die after having got sucked in it. This is called phobia. This is extreme tamas, where no reason works. And they have to give you medication so that you can forget for some time. Or you take to drugs, or you take alcohol. Because on your own, you are not able to detach from your restlessness, your fears, your insecurities. But we don't have phobias. We have expectations, hopes, wishes, desires, likes, dislikes. Think again. The mindness is still active. I understand that it does not go away in one day. But at least you do have the tool now to dilute it, to detach from it. At least have the courage, have that sincerity that something is wrong in my thinking, not in their thinking. Let us now understand the karmic cycle. Karma, they say, creates your destiny. Good karma begets good fruits, bad karma begets bad fruits. What does it mean? And is there any truth in it? Tulsidas ji has said, Koti Janma, millions of births you have taken, and perhaps some good, some bad actions you have done there. What does it mean? And how do they impact our current lives? Two concepts need to be understood here. One is called Praarabdha, the other is Samskaara. Praarabdha, Praarabdha. Samskara, Samskaara. Prarabdha means the life circumstances that you get in this birth. The parents that you get, the schools that you go to, the friends that you have, the country you are, everything is predestined. The all-pervading consciousness is Sarvagya, omniscient, all-knowing, and Sarveshwar, all-controlling. Omnipresent, all-pervading. These are the three terms they use to explain the universal absolute consciousness. Omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent. All your karmas, are based on your conditionings. We have understood that. Your activities. Because there is a conditioning in your mind that people should be organized. That translates into Martin should be organized. There is a conditioning in your mind that people should meditate. A meditative life is better than a worldly life. And that becomes, you start applying it. That becomes husbands. My husband should meditate. And when he does not, you suffer. You have a conditioning in your mind that wise kids or kids of wise parents should not have tamasic partners. Kids should listen to the parents. Now that becomes a desire when your own daughter is attached with one who you consider to be tamasic, whatever your understanding is about him. He may not be, but you believe that he is very obstinate, that he is not open to listening to any advice, that he does not work, whatever your reasons are. When Suruchi and I got married in 1995, Suruchi was working in an advertising company, a multinational company, earning very well. And I was not making any money at all, and I did not have any desire to make also. And I told her that this is the condition if you want to come to me, live with me. That you will earn, I will not earn. I am not made for that. And she agreed. It is possible that her mother also might have thought that what a tamasic person he is. He does not work at all. He has no interest in working. So you believe that your daughter's boyfriend is tamasic. Perhaps yes, perhaps no. But what we are focusing here on is that you have conditionings, and then those conditionings lead to your actions, your thinking, your speech, and actions to your hands, feet, etc. Let us take another example. A robber. He has a belief that one can rob in order to make money. One can steal, one can hurt others in order to make money. This is a valid occupation, good occupation. What does karma mean? Nature tests your conditionings upon yourself, upon you. Your own conditionings are tested. You believe that robbing is okay, stealing is okay, hurting is okay. Now nature will test it. Somebody else will rob from you. Not exactly the same person from whom you have robbed. Another person can steal from you, can hurt you in the same manner. So you created what is called a bad karma, and then you get the results. It's not that nature is taking any revenge from you. Nature only wants you to wake up from your conditionings. That when it is applied on you, you are suffering. You speak lies all day long. Every single day, your life is full of excuses and lies. But you dislike it very, very much when others lie to you, when others make excuses. You don't realize that it's just your karma coming back in the form of circumstances, in the form of people who are there in your life. Once again, the idea of nature is that it wants to wake you up, that this is where you are making mistakes. You believe that your daughter should not be attached with the tamasic person. That daughter can also show you the mirror, that you also have these tamasic qualities in you, and then you will suffer. How dare you say that to me? You may tell her. It's just that because you got angry, you created a karma. You showed mirror, and then you were also shown the mirror. The karma came back. The masters say, those who know things much better than us all, that karma always comes back. You believe that you are in an extramarital relationship, and that is okay. This was a question, another question that came yesterday. That I am in an extramarital relationship, but I care for my wife as well. Now, what does it mean, karma coming back? If she goes for an extramarital relationship, would you be as okay as you are now? No. You would want to control her in every possible manner. You may tell her, get out. I don't want to live with you. If you are hurting her in one manner, nature is, these are called akashic records. Your records are getting stored in the akasha. Your karma is getting stored in your consciousness. And it will strike back in one form or the other. So whatever you consider yourself, you consider to be right for you, will be tested upon you. If you make excuses, then your wife will also make excuses. Martin can show mirror to Susan. Oh, you tell me I should be organized. Mirror, are you? And then you get angry. How dare you tell me that? You are doing the same to him. You were getting angry with him. Now he is getting angry with you. Your karma is coming back. Dave may tell Kathy, do you meditate? Is this what you call meditation? When I asked these questions, now she did not mind it because she had come with an open mind to learn. But if Dave asks her the same questions, do you meditate? Don't you also waste your time? Don't you also gossip with your friends? Then she gets hurt. The karma coming back. This is what is called good for good, bad for bad. The idea is not revenge. The idea is to understand where all we are conditioned, what all work is required in us all that we must do. Nothing more important than this. So the situations that you get in life, that is called Praarabdha. It is all dependent upon the actions that you have done earlier in this lifetime or previous lifetimes. Previous lifetimes. This is not your only birth. Things will not end here in this life itself. There were countless lives earlier, and there can be many more to come. When your body dies, it is just the physical body, the sthul sharir, the gross body that is burnt or cremated or buried. And the five elements merge back in the five elements. But your subtle sharira, the sukshma sharira consisting of your energies and your mind, intelligence, the three qualities, personality, etc., along with ego, they cannot be burnt by fire or eaten by insects. Too subtle. This cannot be destroyed. And the Akashic records are always there. The karma records are there. According to those karma records, a new birth is given. You go back into the womb of a mother. And the journey restarts from where you had left earlier. And it is not necessary, if you are very tamasic by temperament, that you will get the human birth again. If you are into hurting people a lot, you may not get the human birth again. But how this is managed, this is such a complex game. And what scale this is happening? Human beings, there are hardly 7 billions, 8 billions. Look at the animal kingdom, the so many of them, insects and birds and those who live in the seas, perhaps 3 times more than those who live on earth. How this is managed, that's why he is called Sarvagya, Sarveshwara, omnipotent, omniscient, Sarveshwara. Just look at what your computers are doing. The chips, perhaps made from silicon or whatever other material. What intelligence is embedded in those chips? Billions of, trillions of bytes is there. And what all functions they can perform, what all machine learning is doing and artificial intelligence is doing these days. Where from? It is not the scientists who are creating it. They are only discovering it. It's already there. They're only discovering it. And imagine the one who is far, far more intelligent than all your computers put together, all your scientists put together, who have created them. who have put intelligence in that grain of sand, from where perhaps silicon is extracted. I don't know how they do it. In that metal, it's all there. They just discover. So your records are also there in the sky. According to those records, karma cycle is created. So we should be very, very careful. Tulsidas ji, once again, परहित सरिस धर्म नहीं भाई, पर पीड़ा सम नहीं अधबाई. परहित सरिस धर्म नहीं भाई, पर पीड़ा सम नहीं अधमाई. Having a golden heart, thinking of the good of everybody around. There is no dharma like this. And giving pain to others, there is no vice like this, adharma like this. So don't ever consciously hurt others. It's not just that you are giving pain to them, that itself is so bad, but you are creating karmas for yourself also. Ideally, live life according to Shastras. Things become much more easy according to the scriptures. The Shrutis I am talking about, not the Smritis. धर्म आचरण करना है, अधर्म आचरण नहीं करना है. So no lying, no cheating. If you give a word to somebody, put your heart and soul into trying to fulfill that promise. रघुकुल रीत सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए. Fulfill your promises. Don't be flippant. उच्छृंखल मत बनो. Without thinking you are saying this, you are saying that, you are doing this, you are doing that. That's very ordinary living. Go beyond the ordinary. And only then your meditation will deepen. Only then this palpitation of the heart, these insecurities and fears will go away. Otherwise, you are yourself putting those seeds that will create poisonous fruits. You have to reap healthful fruits, not poisonous fruits. So put those seeds in the ground. Do that work. Sometimes this question is asked, that there can be a person who meditates every day, but who hurts others, who cheats others, who takes bribe for every work, every file that he has to sign. And there is another one who does not meditate and who is living according to dharma, righteously, honestly. Which one is better? There is no doubt the second one. Just sitting with your eyes closed or going to a temple and donating charity in hundreds of thousands of rupees or millions of rupees, it has no spiritual value. Please understand. That charity will not create peace in you. Righteousness will create. Dharma will create. Praarabdha is given in order to exhaust your samskaras. Samskara means your personality, your habits, your conditionings, your desires, the combination of three qualities. Jivatva, that needs to be exhausted. Where do you do it? What is the field? Praarabdha. This is the field. This life that you have been given, these circumstances that you have been given. This is where they will get exhausted. And what do you do instead? तुम सुख दुख भोगने लग जाते हो. Now you are excited, now you are miserable, now you are scared, and now you feel good. सुख दुख भोगने में सारी जिंदगी खत्म हो जाती है. We hardly learn, we hardly grow. The purpose of the circumstances and the people that are there in our lives is to dilute the conditionings, the mindness, the ego, the desires, to remove them finally. It is not mere pleasure pain. It's not mere enjoyment. Apni spiritual growth far more important. Spiritual growth is far more important than anything else. Whatever desires you have, whatever ambitions you have, don't ever forget what happened to Alexander. Everybody has to die and leave everything behind. And then you start from zero again. Imagine. You have made $1 billion in this lifetime. Like this, you go away. Michael Jackson died at the age of 50. He must be having millions of dollars in his account. In 5 minutes, he died. And now he starts from zero again. Because the samskaras are still active. Desires are still active. Pleasure, pain is still active. That sensual desires will give happiness is still active. So it starts from zero. The child is born, and once again, the journey starts. And who knows in whose womb it will be born. In America or in Africa, in Somalia or in Uganda or in France or India, who knows? India, I am sure he will not be born here. वो यहाँ नहीं पैदा होगा वो. Depending upon what environment will be conducive for your further growth, you will be born accordingly. Who decides? The master decides. One who is controlling everything decides where you will be born and what kind of life circumstances and people you will meet, what kind of schools you will go to, universities you will go to, what kind of jobs you will do. It's not that astrologers, whatever they predict, everything is wrong. Many times what they say is right also. They are able to some extent, understand what is going to happen, seeing the places of the stars on that chart. But there are those who know astrology, they say One horoscope can be read in 300 different ways. It's not objective. The one who is seeing it puts his mind in it, puts his conditionings also in it. If this person believes that divorce is bad, he will tell the person whose horoscope he is saying that a big calamity is going to happen. बहुत problem आने वाली है तुम्हारी जिंदगी. You will get devastated. There can be another astrologers who himself got divorced and he says it's okay, छोड़ दिया. He will not take that incident very gravely. ठीक है, कुछ होगा, थोड़ी सी मुश्किल आएगी. A little problem can come in your life, he may say. So your subjectivity comes. But what we are understanding here is that even they are able to understand the prarabdha a bit. Many times you go to a person and he tells you about your life up to now. Your father's name, your mother's name. The other day, we were in Amritsar because Nitin was not feeling well. So we were told that there was an astrologer who can give some remedies. Some of us, two of us, went to meet him. And he, just on seeing the date of birth, not even creating the chart, he said his father is not there. He lives, he does not, he has a mother who is a widow, and he is already divorced. A few things he said. All the things that he said were correct. And now he is suffering from a problem. It will take so many days and whatever else he wrote. How does he know that he is divorced? We don't even talk about it to anybody. He does not even talk about it to anybody. How does he know that his father has passed, already passed? And his mother is still alive. So some understanding they can get. But imagine the understanding of the self, the all-pervading consciousness. Krishna says, Vedaham samatithani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani. I know the entire past of all the human beings, all the beings rather, the present of all beings, and the future of all beings. But nobody knows me. I know them all. What does it mean? The Akashic records. The information is stored in the consciousness. And accordingly, Praarabdha is given so that you can destroy your samskara, your personality, your habits, your conditionings, whatever is wrong in you. It slowly is removed from the mind. Is there anything that we can do in this regard? The couplet with which we started. Sanmukh hoye jeev mohe jabhi, janm koti agh. Agh means bad karmas. Nasahi tabhi. Surrender yourself to the Lord. You will not be creating new karmas now. Surrender the ego, surrender the mindness, surrender the conditioning, surrender the sense of separation. And you let your mind be filled with unflinching devotion and knowledge and detachment and surrender. You will not be creating new karmas. And it will be very easy for you to go through this ordeal called life. Ramakrishna would say, when you surrender to the Divine Mother, if in your karma it is written that you will be cut by a sword, instead of that, you will be pricked by a pin. He will look after you. She will look after you. Surrender, surrender. Day in and day out, contemplate. Chant the name of the Lord. Chant His praises. Contemplate on the couplets of the Gita. Contemplate on the Upanishads. You have such marvelous knowledge, especially in Hinduism. If I am to born again, I will always want to be born as a Hindu. There is no other religion in the world that is as advanced as this one. If you put the knowledge of a Shankaracharya, a Tulsidas, and a Ved Vyas in one pan, and put the knowledge of all the wise people, whosoever you think are wise, in another pan, these three will outweigh all of them put together. And I am not talking about an Aurobindo or a Vivekananda or a Ramakrishna. Just these three: Tulsidas, Shankaracharya, Ved Vyas. What gigantic minds they had. Nowhere else in the world this has happened. It's only in India that it happens. So this is the land of spirituality. This is the place where you can easily realize the self. This is the knowledge that is so advanced. So karma, coming back to karma. परहित सरिस धर्म नहीं भाई, पर पीड़ा सम नहीं अधमाई. Adham, adharm, मूर्ख, बेवकूफ. That is the term used. Adham, निकृष्ट, lowly. Don't hurt anybody. By word, by deed, even by thinking. Think good for all and keep on practicing living in the self. What else is needed? Your food will come on your table on its own. I have seen it in my own life. You don't have to work for money. You just have to love what you are doing. And money, it comes. Your desires, or rather your needs, are so easily fulfilled. Just surrender to the will divine. Let us practice for a few minutes. Shanti mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayaha. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschet Dukha Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. May there be peace, and eternal peace in the hearts of all of us and in the hearts of all beings. May all of us get established in the self after having freed ourselves from conditionings, desires, mindness, ego. May all of us have unswerving devotion and surrender. Thank you so much. Thank you.